Good evening. I have a 5-inch random orbit palm sander, Chicago Electric, item 93431. If you look at the prior videos, I reviewed the Drill Master random orbit sander. It was a square 4th sheet sander, and I demonstrated how that worked by sanding off the top of my table saw. But it has a lot of limitations. I didn't like the quarter sheet, and the handle, the way it handled wasn't the greatest. So I went and got one of these, where the Drill Master was $10, the Chicago Electric palm sander is $20. So is it worth twice as much? Let's find out. It uses Velcro pads rather than the clips of the cheap one. It has its own dust bag. On the back of it. Well, I already don't like it as well, because while a dust bag like this is nice, the $10 one had where I could plug a dust collection hose into it. I like that a lot better. So the bag just clips on the back. Pretty simple, straightforward. You do want to get that on there all the way. Apparently it has some clips on the bottom that you actually have to push in. So I used the supplied 80 grit paper. I wanted to see how this did before I got too much sandpaper, but this is an 80. The stuff I would use this on, I would expect to be 150, 180, 200, not 80. 80 is a very rough sand. You should try to line up the holes. Emphasize try. That's going to help with your dust collection. Well, I found out with the other one, the holes don't need uncovered. Still, it'll vacuum around it somehow. Pretty much it. You got the sander itself. They give you one sanding pad, and they give you the dust collection bag, and that's it. No more accessories. While this might not be the best piece, this is a piece of plywood. So let's give this a shot and see how it does. The on-off switch is up here on the top, and it's protected to try to keep dust out of it. Okay, so it's a little loud, not offensively loud, but a little loud. This was the rough side of the plywood, and it has a lot of grooves, deep grooves on this side. But this did a very nice job of sanding that flat. Now that's a reflection of the sandpaper and how abrasive it is more than the sander, but it does show that the sander does good. And when I had that sanding, when I would hold it steady, it still moved. I'll show you. I'll just hold it steady and we'll watch how much it moves. So what it does is it kind of spins at the same time that it randomly goes back and forth. So I think it's got a nice feel to it. The on-off switch is a little difficult to get to, but that would probably get better with time as you broke in the cover. Let's check out the dust collection. Now, that sanded that nice and smooth, but there's no sawdust. So let's take a look inside of this. It says like a rubber band on the end. So there, that holds it all together. It's got some sandpaper. It's got some sawdust around the edge, but there's a bunch of sawdust on the inside of this. So it does a pretty good job of collecting the sawdust. I'd still rather have a hose with a vacuum, but this seems to work okay. How difficult is it to get in there? It's not bad. So just pull that back over. It has a groove here at the top. You want to get that rubber band type thing in there. And that'll give you a good seal. And it goes on and off somewhat easily as you put it on. I'll show you, see if I can get the angle here. It has a little clip right there. So you pull this on. And as you pull it on, you have to push those in to get the sides all the way down. But it gets a good seal once it does. There's some of the sawdust that I let out of the bag. So let's give it one more shot. So I thought I'd go get my Ryobi Sander. See how similar they are. So are they similar? Eerily. Ventilation. Pad on this one sticks over the body a little. Same type of hold with ventilation here. This has the adapter for dust collection hose, where this has its own bag, but this one actually came with a bag that you can slip over that, but I like this so much better I used it. I wish this one had a hose adapter like this, but then had the bag that would clip over it, but I'm okay with this. This does not use Velcro, but I have a feeling that they're cousins, if not directly related. I'm actually not sure. If you want a palm-held sander, I'm not sure how much variation you have in the design, but they look pretty close. I've said many times with Harbor Freight tools, don't look for anything revolutionary or cutting edge. They take a very tried and true design that's been around for a while and more or less copy it. They make enough changes so it's not a problem in terms of copyrights, but they're a lot the same. So this isn't anything new or exciting or cutting edge. It's just a very good feeling sander. The one thing I can't show in the video on something this new is how long it's going to last. So if I use this for 100 hours, is it still going to work on the 101st hour? Only time will tell. But Harbor Freight tools are meant for weekend woodworkers that don't use their tools all day, every day. So mostly going to use this on the weekends, and you're not going to use it every weekend. It's probably going to last you quite a while. If you take it to work, use it all day, every day, it's not going to last more than several weeks. Several weeks might be 3 months, 4 months, whatever. It's going to dramatically shorten the life. It's only got so many hours of use. The faster you use those up, the faster they'll go away. So, Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric, $20 palm sander. I like it. Next time I use it on a project, I'll shoot some video, a little more detailed about how it's going to work. I think it does pretty good for what it is, for 20 bucks. So if you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.